I believe that the individual has a lot of power to make a difference for an individual child if they choose to. If the individual is an advocate for that child in all the ways that we expect and hope they will be, then the right things can happen. If you look at the research, if you look at any subgroup of children with special needs, whether it's the kids that are homeless or the kids that might be locked up in detention centers or kids with special needs, foster kids fare worse than all of those populations. The federal government did a study that said if you just give a poor family a one-time gift of $500, it will make a dramatic difference. So last year in the legislature, I was arguing that we should pay kin because there's this movement under this new federal legislation, Family First, that if kids can't be with their birth families, they need to be with kin, not foster families. So I was arguing that kin should be paid. They passed it this year, and so now kin are going to be paid. So everybody's moving closer and closer. So if you're willing to give kin cash, why would you not give the birth family cash so that you stop the movement and let grandma be grandma? Allow the family and the extended family to flourish together if you can. I know the governor is giving the homeless in Colorado cash allocations every month. We're giving young people emancipating from the system cash. So we've moved to a place of recognizing that cash can benefit these families, and we need to look at creative ways to do that. And if poverty is the only issue and it's not about abuse or neglect of this child, why not just look at how we can provide cash because it could make a dramatic difference? A lot of young people in the system, they think this is the best we've done in 40 years. It's like, wow, it's all about family. Well, it depends. Are you doing something innovative? Are you giving poor families cash assistance so that they can live a decent life and they can have the resources for kids and they can get school clothes and school supplies and they have an automobile if they need it, or bus passes, or whatever they need in order to raise these kids? Are we doing that? Because that's what we need to do. We need to do it differently. If in fact we can allow families who are poor to do a better job by their kids by giving them some cash allowance rather than put kids in foster care and pay 3 or 4 or 5 times more, that's what we should do. If you were somebody that really wanted to figure out how to begin to change this system, where do you start? And when you're talking about cash, that makes a difference today. You don't have to train a whole workforce and figure out a recruitment strategy, and you don't have to find more foster families or have more court hearings. I think sometimes historically there's been this notion of, well, what if they don't use their money well? Well, I think the research that we do have says that they do use it well. We need to either give the resources to these families and ensure that their kids are safe and protected and have an opportunity to thrive in those families before we ever take them away. And if we take them away, we absolutely have an obligation, I believe, not only a legal obligation, but a moral obligation to give them what they need to thrive.